Here AUG. Okay, again here either in prokaryotic cells or eukaryotic cells I said. Okay, within prokaryotic cells formyl, within prokaryotic cells formyl methionine. AUG codes for formyl methionine within prokaryotic cells. Within eukaryotic cells codes for methionine. Within eukaryotic cells codes for methionine. So in prokaryotic cells, AUG is the initiation codon. In prokaryotic cells, AUG is the initiation codon. In eukaryotic cells, AUG is the initiation codon. Both the cases, AUG is the initiation codon. But in prokaryotic cells, okay, AUG, that is the one of the initiation codon. That codon codes for the formyl methionine, right? The same AUG in eukaryotic cells, okay, that is also initiation codon in eukaryotes. This one codes for the methionine. Right? So that is about the importance of the AUG. AUG is the starting codon. AUG is the starting codon or initiation codon. AUG is the initiation codon, right? After that initiation codon, for suppose within the mRNA, this is one of the prokaryotic mRNA, AUG is there, and U and C, right, and again AUG, and here there is an, yeah, this is 5 prime, this is the 5 prime, and this is the 3 prime. So during translation process, this is one of the prokaryotic mRNA. This one codes for formyl methionine. If the same sequence is present, if the same codon is present after some codons, so this one is codes for the methionine. So what I am telling here, in prokaryotic cells, the very first codon is the AUG codon, definitely, right? The very first codon is the AUG codon. The first codon codes for formyl methionine. So the same codon present after some codons, that one is codes for methionine. So the initiation codon only codes for formyl methionine. Right? So that is about that initiation codon. And coming to the next one is GUU, GUC, and GUA and GUG. These 4 codons are codes for the valine. And next one is the UCU, UCC, means UCU, UCC, UCA, and UCG. These are codes for the serine. Amino acid name is the serine. And CCU, CCC, and CCA, and CCG, which are codes for the proline. The amino acid name is proline. And next one is the ACU, ACC, ACA, and ACG. These are codes for the threonine. The amino acid name is the threonine. See, there is in GCU, GCC, GCA, and GCG. See, G is the first letter, C is the second letter, UCAG, these are the third letters, right? So, which are codes for the alanine amino acid. The amino acid name is the alanine. And coming to the next one is UAC, UAU, UAC. Both these are codes for tyrosine amino acid. We already discussed there is in UAA, UAG, right? These are the stop codons. Right? Means during translation process, the stopping means the termination of protein synthesis. Done by the stop codons, right? And next one is CA, right? CA, UCAG. CAU and CAC. These 2 codons are codes for histidine. The amino acid name is histidine, right? And next one CAA and CAG, which are codes for glutamine. The amino acid name is the glutamine. And next one AAU and AAC, which are codes for asparagine. The amino acid name is the asparagine, right? Next one is lysine. Here AAA is codes for lysine. AAG is codes for lysine. AAG codes for lysine, right? And next one is G, this one is G, this one is A, and UC, yeah, UC, right? GAU and GAC. These two codons are codes for aspartic acid. These two codons are codes for aspartic acid. And next one, GAA, GAG. These two codons are codes for glutamic acid. These two codons are codes for glutamic acid, right? And next one, UGU, UGU, UGC, right? These two are codes for cysteine. Yeah, these two codons are codes for the cysteine. Amino acid name is the cysteine. And UGA is the stop codon. UGA is the stop codon, right? And UGG. See, this codon have the very specific nature. This one is only codes for the tryptophan. The amino acid name is the tryptophan. This is the only one codon that codes for the tryptophan amino acid. Tryptophan amino acid. And next one, CGU, CGC, CGA, and CGG. See, these are codes for arginine. The amino acid name is arginine. Next one, A. This one is A, and this one is G, right? AGU, AGC. These two are codes for serine. These two are codes for serine amino acid. Here already 4 serines, right? 4 codons are codes for serine. Here again another 2. Totally 6 codons are codes for serine amino acid, right? And next one, AGA and AGG, right? These two are codes for arginine. These two are codes for arginine. And GGU, GGC, GGA, and GGG. These are codes for glycine amino acid. These are codes for glycine amino acid. See, here some of the important codons which are asking in examination point of view. UUU. UUU. UUU is codes for phenylalanine. UUU is codes for phenylalanine. Next one. Yeah. CCC. This one is codes for proline. So CCC is codes for proline. And next one, A. This one is codes for lysine. A is codes for lysine. And GGG is codes for glycine. This one is codes for glycine, right? These 4 codons are very important. And UGG, this one is codes for tryptophan. This one also very important. UGG, this one codes for tryptophan, right? Yeah, coming to the next one is UAA, UAG, and UGA. These are the 3 stop codons. So UAA, UAG, and UGA, these are 3 stop codons. These are also called nonsense codons, which are not codes for any amino acids. That's the reason why these are called as nonsense codons. So UAA is called as ochre. UAA is called as ochre. And UAG is called as amber. UAG is called as amber. UGA, this is called as opal. UGA is called as opal. So these are the 3 codons are there, which are codes for the, which are not codes for amino acids. These are nonsense codons. These are also called stop codons. Right? And these are also called nonsense codons, right? So that is about the genetic code. This is the entire genetic code. Remember, we have to remember all these codes. Especially these are very important codons. Right? See, this is the first line. We have to remember like this. This is the first line. See, this is a very easy pattern. If we remember the UCAG, here also UCAG, here also UCAG. So that pattern is very easy. Arrangement is very easy. But codon codes for amino acid, that is difficult. Okay, for suppose UUU codes for phenylalanine. So we have to remember. That is a very little difficult. That is the difficult task, right? But there is an order is there. UUU. See, in the first row, phenylalanine, leucine, isoleucine, methionine, valine. This is the first row. And the second row is very easy: serine, proline, threonine, alanine. This is the very difficult task in entire genetic code. See, tyrosine is there, 2 stop codons are there, and histidine, glutamine, asparagine, lysine, aspartic acid, and glutamic acid. So this is the third row is very difficult to remember, right? Fourth row, there is in cysteine, again stop codon, tryptophan, arginine, serine, arginine, glycine. This one is also easy. Cysteine is there, tryptophan is there, right? Tryptophan is also very easy to remember. Arginine, serine, arginine, arginine, serine, arginine, glycine. So, okay, by this way we have to remember all the codons which codes for the amino acids, right? That is about the genetic code. Remember, we have to remember each codon and the codon codes for which amino acid. The codon codes for the which amino acid, right? In the next class we will discuss about the translation process, right? Coming to the next topic regarding to the genetic code, the concept is Hubbell hypothesis. Hubbell hypothesis is proposed by the Crick. The scientist name is the Crick, right? What is Hubbell hypothesis? Remember, Hubbling is in Hubbling. Okay, the meaning indicates unsteadily moving. Generally in English, Hubbling or Hubbell means unsteadily moving, right? There is a random change. Okay, see, anticodon recognize one codon. See, we know about the tRNA structure. This is the tRNA. There is in dihydrouracil. D-arm is there, right? T-size arm is there, and this one of the anticodon loop. Anticodon loop contains anticodon. Anticodon recognizes the codon. So anticodon recognizes one codon. Means each anticodon recognizes one codon. Right? That is a very clear statement. And Hubbling occurs with the third nucleotide. Means unsteady movement occurs with third nucleotide. Means, see, always in genetic code 3 codons are present. For suppose A, U, G. This is one of the codon. See, anticodon here, U. This is the U, and this is U, and this is A, and this is G, and this is C. So this is the third nucleotide. So this is the first nucleotide, this is the second nucleotide. This is the first nucleotide and this is the second nucleotide. So what I am telling here, coding of specific amino acid depends on first two nucleotides. Coding of specific amino acids depends on first two nucleotides. See, this is the first nucleotide, this is the second nucleotide, and this is the third nucleotide. Third nucleotide is here not considered. Third nucleotide is not specific to codes for any specific amino acid. Only first nucleotide and second nucleotides are very important to codes specific amino acids. So coding of specific amino acids depends on first two nucleotides, first and second nucleotide. Means first two nucleotides. Third nucleotide is not considered. That's the reason why Hubbling occurs with the third nucleotide. Very simple. In a genetic code, 3 codons are there, right? 3 nucleotides are there in a genetic code. 3 nucleotides are there, right? These 3 nucleotides, okay, which are recognized by anticodon. These 3 nucleotides are called as codon. Codons are recognized by anticodon. So within anticodon also 3 nucleotides are there. In that, the first two nucleotides are very important. So this is the first nucleotide, this is the second nucleotide. These two nucleotides are very important to codes for amino acid. The third nucleotide is not considered. The third nucleotide is not considered. Ubbling occurs with the third nucleotide. Ubbling occurs with the third nucleotide. So this theory is called as Ubbel hypothesis. This theory is called as Ubbel hypothesis proposed by the Crick. Proposed by the Crick. Very simple. tRNA contains anticodon. Within anticodon, the first two nucleotides are first nucleotide and second nucleotide. These two nucleotides are very important to code specific amino acid. Right? The third nucleotide is not considered. The third nucleotide is not considered. Right? So that is about the Ubbel hypothesis. And coming to the monocistronic mRNA and polycistronic mRNA. Monocistronic mRNA. Mono indicates single. We know about the cistron, functional part. Functional part. See, monocistronic mRNA. See, one mRNA codes for one protein or one polypeptide chain. For suppose this is the 5 prime and this is the sequence. This is the mRNA. Right? AUG is the initiation codon. UAA or UAG or UGA. This is the termination codon. So in monocistronic mRNA, one initiation codon is there, one termination codon is there, and this is the part codes for one particular protein or one particular polypeptide chain. So in monocistronic mRNA, one mRNA codes for means monocistronic mRNA means one mRNA, that one is codes for only one protein or one polypeptide chain. One protein or one polypeptide chain. So that is about the monocistronic mRNA. Monocistronic mRNA seen in eukaryotes. Monocistronic mRNA is seen in eukaryotic cells. Monocistronic mRNA seen in eukaryotic cells. Polycistronic mRNA. Polycistronic mRNA means, okay, one mRNA is there. This is the 5 prime site, and there is one initiation codon AUG, and there is again UAG or UGA or UAA, right? UAG. Again, this is the initiation codon AUG, and again this is the UAG termination codon, like this, right? This is 3 prime end, right? So here what I am telling, polycistronic mRNA. One mRNA codes for more than one protein. One mRNA codes for more than one protein. So this bit codes for one protein. This bit codes for another protein. So poly indicates here many. So one mRNA codes for more than one protein or more than one polypeptide chain. More than one polypeptide chain. So this one is called as polycistronic mRNA. Polycistronic mRNA. So Ubbel hypothesis, monocistronic mRNA, polycistronic mRNA, all these are also related to the genetic code. All these are also related to the genetic code, right? So that is about the genetic code.